Okay, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're right. You're absolutely right. What the hell is this guy doing back on the YouTube? Is he welcome here? I don't know. I don't know. Am I? Am I welcome here? Well, I don't care. I'm still gonna record anyway. So the last time we've been together, oh boy, was probably about I don't know, almost almost a year, almost a year ago. I have I have my excuses. I mean the world is it has starving children. Starving children. That's my excuse. And Ebola and Ebola because yes, that's a problem, right? I don't have any excuses. I really don't have any excuses for this. I sort of just went and plopped off the face of the YouTube Earth thing, sphere, for a while now. But I'm back. I'm back, but I cannot say anything about my plans, anything about what I'm going to do, because as soon as you do that, you know what happens? Never follows through. Never happens. You set an expectation, you don't follow through, people are upset. Get a whole bunch of angry fan letters, right? Ugh, God. Ugh. Anyway, like I said, welcome back to the PoweredEurekA server. This is going to be the start of a new season, I suppose. It's World 3, I think, at this point. Last time I recorded, it was World 2. And in World 2, the last episode was the endless rambling about, what was it, the new YouTube thing? Or I have no idea. But that was a while ago. However, we've gotten some new people, we've lost some old people, but we've gained, we've gained a bit of strength in our community over the time. I think that's for the good, though. In reality, it's for the good. This is, like I said, World 3. We started up in September 7th of this year. And we've been growing stronger ever since. We've got new people on the server who don't record, but they do stick around often. If you see in the chat, Unicorn Slayer, his name is Tim. He's one of our new members. And it's just been great. We've just got a bunch of new people that really like playing with us and like participating in the community. It's unbelievable where we've been and where we've gone since June 6th of 2013. And even before I recorded the last episode, it was the 1 year anniversary, which passed just recently over the summer. It was just, it's remarkable. I never thought that this community would actually last into the 1 year mark. I'm going to be very pessimistic about that and very truthful. I did not see the server going beyond a couple months. And through the help of the community and through the invigoration of them, it's just amazing. 1 full year online, just non-stop. This is us. This is where we've been. We went through our fair share of troubles, though, with the Snapshot server and some people leaving us, and we had to leave some people behind as well. But through it all, the people who were core to us stuck around, and they stuck around. They did, because the people who did end up staying. A lot of them are administrators now. A lot of them are up there and have the responsibility to stay with us. And it's raining. And it's raining, clearly. Clearly, it'd be raining when we were speaking. Okay. What would turn that off? Weather. Get that out of here. Okay. Sorry about that. Ugh. It's always raining on the server. It's like the Minecraft server. It never stops raining. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, the devotion of some of the people. It's just absolutely amazing. They stuck around with us for that entire year of us being around. And, the Zephyrate, Sean, has been with us since basically day one almost. It was just him and Brad and Mark and who else was there? Derek. They were all our original people. Kaz was there as well. And after all this time, we kind of, unfortunately, we kind of like brush Sean off to the little corner and forget to recognize that he's one of the quote-unquote founding people, original members of the server, and he's stuck with us ever since. And finally, after all this time, he's an administrator, and he's doing a great job being an administrator, which is actually something that we talked about on our private chats me and Steph and Jacob and Kaz and Fraser, we all talked about it, and we were just like, why isn't he administrator? Why isn't he at least a moderator or something? And I figured that the server was built on the idea that there would not be any sort of moderation. Moderation in regards to the fact like someone hounding you down and making sure you do things and just like Big Brother over your shoulder kind of thing. We didn't want any of that. We've been on several servers, all of us, that happened. People would be invisible, following you your every step for no reason. It was like kind of like a guilty until proven innocent kind of a mentality that a lot of these servers have. And I just don't like it, and a lot of us administrators don't like it as well. We figured if we can't trust someone enough to make them an administrator, we shouldn't even have them, even as a moderator. Therefore, we moved on to this whole thing where we would have the most core, trusted, and responsible members who can produce basically results. Results not necessarily like a quota thing, because that's a different story. But results in regards to saying something like, this person has been a standing point in their community. They've been talking to everyone. Everyone loves them, and they know when is the time to do things and when the time not to do things. They know they basically have a sense of timing and a proper sense of judgment. So that's how they became administrators. A lot of people have asked us, I've been here for a long time, why am I not administrator? Don't get me wrong, it's not that we do not trust you, it's because there is a fine line between, I guess there's a sense of people who are here often. It's really about who's been active and who's been showing us that they are responsible enough and mature enough and can do the things that we need administrators to do. Unfortunately, a lot of people are just not cut out for that kind of thing. It's not a fun job, really. It's actually quite grueling. Sitting there for hours just looking through applications or looking through logs and things like that and going through different conversations. Steph and Kaz and Jacob and Fraser know what I do basically maybe once a week, going on my spiel about what's happening on the server, what we should do, how can we increase our membership, how can we maintain our membership, retention, things like that. And it can become very grueling. It can become very exhausting just to talk about it all the time. But it's necessary to run a server like this. And we're running 19 members strong right now, which is 3 more than we had in the beginning of the server when we were at our strongest point. So that's just something to throw out there. It's just all a matter of like who we think that we should punish. No, basically it's a punishment to be an administrator. It's like, oh, we trust you so much, we're going to give you more responsibility and more jobs. It's like it's a give take, But the administrator group has been with me for a long time now, and we've been having a fun time, so I like that. Anyway, so that's besides the point right now. Why have I been gone? Like I said, no excuse. I just been, I've not had the spark to do any videos. The spark meaning that I basically had a whole back catalog of things that I haven't posted, and it just swamped me. It really did swamp me. I had some old videos on the last server. I had some videos in Hypixel, new games, and various other things. Maybe some IRL videos too. But I dropped them all because I just had too much to upload, and when that happens, it's like, forget it. Just like leave it there. I left it there for a long time, and I didn't even check back in it. It wasn't until this morning that I went through all the old footage and said, this is crap. This is utter crap. I don't even know why I kept it. It was all out of date. It would be talking stuff like, Merry Christmas, everyone. It's like, well, Christmas has passed. Like, I'm sorry, that was like, I don't know, what's this month now? September? That was it's October. That was 10 months ago. Like, no one is going to watch a Merry Christmas video in October of the next year. So, that's one thing. That's why I didn't post that video, obviously. And my main excuse to people who are asking me when I'm going to start uploading again was that it was basically that I do have the footage to put up, but just not the time to go through and edit. And that's the truth. That's partly the truth right there. It's just that once you get all that footage up, you need to have the time to really sit down, go through Premiere or whatnot. Some people have Vegas or Windows Movie Maker, you know. Sit down and look at every second of footage, and then splice it together and figure out what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep. And at that point, I think I amassed something like 8 to 9 hours of footage that I could cut into something. Unfortunately, only maybe half an hour of it was usable, and I did not want to sit through 9 hours of footage that only half an hour was viable to keep. So, I decided today I would just kick my ass into gear and let's just pump out an episode that's going to be, you know, sort of a, hey, where I've been, what I've been doing, and what I plan to do, a little bit about that, but like I said in the beginning of the video, I won't tell exactly what I'm going to do, because I don't want to set an expectation and then not meet it. But that does mean that I'm going to try anyway to pump out at least a video every 2 weeks. At least, you know, it would be a miracle if I can pump out a video once a week. It would be a miracle, and I will try my best to do that. I will really try my hardest to do that. But you can see that when I did mention that kind of stuff and say, hey, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's when I'll have my videos up. When I did do something like that, it never happened. It's because something about the expectation just bogs you down. It's because when you start recording and you have to fit a schedule, you're thinking to yourself, ugh, I have to record now, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my god, it's a strain, it's a hassle. And I don't want that to happen again. I really don't want that to happen again. I know a lot of people work on a schedule for YouTube, and good on them, good on them. It shows perseverance, it shows their determination. It's just that I can't do it that way. I've got to have a personal clock in my brain, a personal schedule in my brain that I don't publicly share. So I don't feel, you know, like I'm entangled in this and I must do this, and that's not how I operate. What is this over here? Sorry, I got distracted. Hold on. I got to take a screenshot of the coordinates here just to make sure this is something that is meant to be here. What is this? I'm sorry, I'm getting a side note here. See, this is the one thing about administrators. They have to stop in the middle of what they're doing and then check out what these things are. I have no idea what that is. I want to put a torch on top of that, though. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, the schedule thing in my brain and whatnot. So, you know, come see, come saw. kind of thing. And I hope that the people who have watched the previous video will tag along and watch this video as well, just to keep them fresh, up to date. I know a lot of people who watched my previous videos are probably the ones who tried to apply for the server, because I know that over the past couple of months I've been getting subscriptions anyway, for no reason, you know, just out of the blue. I think they're from either being accepted to the server, or they wanted to be accepted to the server, or some sort of collaboration. And as we know, collaboration, we had the PoweredEurekA collaboration group, which actually was a great thing when it started off. And it's still around, it's still living. People are using our old forum posts and sharing their information, saying, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'd like to collaborate with you because this, and that. And they would actually collab with each other, which is great. It's just great. It shows the autonomy of that particular part of the community. And we just never really had the time to sit down and really hash those things out. It kind of died over the summer last time because, you know, a lot of us had school to go to or work to go to and things like that, and we just didn't have the dedication to it as we'd like to. But it's still around. I mean, at any time someone can say, hey, would you like to collab? Would you like to make a video? Blah, blah, blah. And you know, most of us would say yes. I know that Kaz and Shmoo, Jacob have been working on stuff, and it's great. It's absolutely great. There are a ton of zombies out here, and that's not good. Jeez, I bet you there's some behind me. No, there's not. Thank God. Holy crap. Jesus. It's like freaking like 7 zombies that were falling in front of me right here. Oh, I got pants from that guy. Oh, the guy picked up the pants. Okay. And his flesh of his brother on. What is this? What kind of enchantment's on that? Ah, that's alright. I'll probably wear that. How is that compared to my pants now? I might want this pants instead. Whoa, whoa, uh-oh. Got a pretty nice bow, I think. It's decent. It's what is it? Power 4, Infinity 1, Unbreaking 3, Punch 1. I can do with the punch. I can do probably with a fire spec and a power 5 though. That'd be nice. Okay, there are too many zombies here. I think I'm just gonna abandon the cause in a second. Is there one down here? Oh, here he comes. He's trying to pathfind me. Oh, heck. Jeez. Freaking heck. There's a chicken beneath me. Oh, thank you for the iron, sir. Distractions. Anyway, sorry. Back to what I was saying. Yeah. So I'm glad that's working out. The collab is working out, and that Kaz and Jacob have been doing things, and they've been going strong on YouTube, and they're really trying to get themselves publicized over the past couple of months. It's great. Good on them. And they're one of the people that have been trying to beg me to get back into it. And I've been on a, I've been on a streaming thing. I occasionally started streaming again, which kind of opened the door for me to start recording. And I finally decided that I had the time right now and I would do it. My schedule's opening up, so recording is not going to be a problem. Finding a time to record anyway, it's not going to be a problem anymore. It's just that I have to be reinvigorated to do it. Something that would be my driving force, and I think I found it. I really think I found it. Found it again, that is. So, anyway, in a nutshell, I'm back, ish. And don't put an expectation on me. Don't hold me to this. You know what I mean? This episode will go up today. I do have the connection speed for it. I used to host the server. That's one thing we should talk about. That's a major thing, actually, we should talk about. The server, the vanilla server, was actually hosted on a dedicated home PC. An old desktop that I had maybe for 8 years, I think. It's an old HP Pavilion that I used as a server, and I upgraded the RAM and whatnot for it. Everyone's asleep here. And it worked pretty good. The only one problem was that there was a bottleneck. It was just such old equipment, and I'm running on consumer-grade internet connection. But it was fine. It worked for a year, really, and we never really had any problems until the snapshot server, and that's when we started noticing the hiccups, where all of a sudden people would start disconnecting, dropping out, and there would be cloning issues, and it was all server latency. So recently we decided to move to a hosting service, professional hosting service, and it's been great ever since. World 3 is really showing that what we needed was that new infusion of life, something new, just anything new. And we did it. We got a new host. We started up server events. There are some people on the server who recorded that. Steph, I know, did. Michael did, and Kaz did. The spleefing event, I just passed it, actually. That was the Spleef Arena. I'll go back and check it out in another video, perhaps, after this one. And we'll go through a server tour. But this is kind of like an ice-breaking episode, just to get myself back into the format, back into that 20-30 minute spiel kind of thing, just to have something to talk about and get myself used to talking to myself again. Although I do that in real life, but that's just because I'm crazy. But I've got to have 30 minutes of content and 30 minutes of something to say. I was talking to Panda about that recently, maybe about a week ago. He was saying that it's very difficult for people to find out what they're going to talk about in their videos. And I said that, what I do usually is that I think of 3 things that I would like to talk about beforehand, and briefly maybe reserve like 5 minutes for it. So that would guarantee me 15 minutes of something to say. And as you know, what I do is that I go on my little tangents and I have like an hour of things to say. I wouldn't be surprised if I looked at the time counter now and it said 3 hours and 58 minutes. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it said that. Actually, I'll look right now. And it's saying I'm doing about 20 minutes right now, which is great. It's great. It just means that I still have that kind of sense of timing that is still necessary to do a video. I'm probably not going to splice this video up in any other parts. It's probably going to be one big thing. Just put a fade in and a fade out, and it'll be like nothing happened, really. I mean, it's just poof, the magic of YouTube. And unfortunately, I'm going to be honest here. Maybe about a minute and a half of this video is probably going to be watched by somebody. That was basically my retention. My retention is about a minute and a half. It's alright. I mean, people who do end up watching get to know more than the people who don't, and, those are the people you want to keep around. And I think most of the people who watch the videos who keep around are people on the server, which I thank them for. I really do. they get to know exactly what's, going through my mind, and they know exactly how I formulate and postulate my answers and whatnot to stupid questions. It's great. They get to know me a little more, and they get to know how I make my decisions a little more here. And it's just great. I think it just shows how devoted the community is, really, to making sure that they stick together. And it's a server full of friends, not a server full of strangers. It's just like, if someone disappears for a week, we're just like, hey, where'd you go? Are you all right? It's great. It's amazing. And while other servers, you would come in and you'll be gone for a month and no one will know who you are. And if you're gone for a month here, we'll just say, where'd you go? Like, we try to get in contact with you. I mean, we won't hound you down about it, but we'll just make sure you're all right. And it's just a good thing. It's a good thing, and we don't want people on the server that'll harm our community. And we make sure of that. We really do make sure of that. The server has new guidelines now that actually inspire community and inspire innovation and inspire people to actually be around. It's great. It's absolutely great. I actually think that's what is showing as a success in World 3. Really showing as a success. We're probably going to do, a membership push, quote unquote. That's what the administrator calls it. Administrator group, rather, call it. We call it the membership push. It's when we go in the forums and we or post a YouTube video that'll advertise the server a little bit and get the word out there. And if you're watching this and you would like to get the word out there, that'd be absolutely great. You can post on Twitter, you can Facebook, anywhere really. All you need to do is just put the form link and the application link, but I would prefer you put the form link because that's connected to the rules and the website and whatnot. And it'll get the people that and maybe you would like to play with as well. Play with your friends, friends of friends, and they can come online. But remember, don't invite just any random Joe Schmo. It's better if you invite people that you know, because it's more comfortable that way. It is more comfortable that way. We have some people here who are siblings, and we have some people who are real life friends, and it's great. It's absolutely great because they get to, it's kind of like a friendship networking thing. It's Facebook before they got corporately evil. You know what I mean? It's just like where people can meet people and have fun and chat. It's great. That's why we have the whole Skype thing, and people are always asking, hey, do you want to Skype? And usually people say yes, and we go on a call and we get to know each other even more. And I should mention one thing as a side note again. We're using world borders now. That was a big problem for the past couple of worlds, where people would explore aimlessly over 10,000 blocks and it would lag the server. But now that we have this new system implemented in 1.8, it's great. We increase the border maybe 100 blocks every week, and we keep it in a sort of moderation, and we're going to stop expanding the border once we hit 500 extended past the border, and we're going to have the the Ender Dragon fight rather. It'll be fun. It just goes to show you, like, we have so many things planned, and it's looking bright. It is really looking bright, and then it gives me this this sense of just. It makes me humble to think that this is how far we've come for the past year. It's great. I absolutely love it. How many times can I say it's great? I need an it's great counter. No, I'm not going to do that. I know Kaz probably wants me to put, oh, you should put an it's great counter on the bottom here. On the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. It was like, no, Kaz, I'm not gonna sit through my video counting how many times I said it's great. That's, if Kaz wants to do that, he can do that. He can count it in the comments or whatever. Go back in the video. Actually, that'll force people to watch through the entire thing. But if you haven't watched at this point, you would not know that. Hopefully, maybe at least one of you will watch it all the way through without stopping. But like I said, so many things planned for the future. So many things that I'd like to say, but I can't say because it would make me obligated to do things that I don't want that to happen. It'll make me not want to do it. So, as things come up, I will tell you. As things come up, I will tell you. I'll keep you up to date, and hopefully, if everything goes well, this is not the last you'll see of me for the next year. You'll probably see me next week or something. I don't know. But yeah, that is that. So, I'd like to thank every single one of you for sticking around and watching my videos and enduring my year of non-posting video-ness. And hopefully you'll be back. So, like I said, my name is Justin. This is the PoweredEurekA Minecraft server, and I'll see you next time.